As states coast to coast continue to debate reopening plans amid the pandemic, one state, South Dakota, never closed. Yesterday, they reported 42 cases and 4 deaths, and about 87% of their total cases have recovered. The governor tweeting that, quote, the call to apply a one-size-fits-all approach is not leadership.
So they never closed, and their cases were much lower than all the other states. So they were the only state that did not shut down and close their businesses. And so the lesson that you learn from this is good leaders listen to their people.
Here to explain is the leader of South Dakota, Governor Kristi Noem. Good morning to you, Governor.
Good morning, Steve. Good to be with you.
It's good to have you as well. South Dakota never did close, and you were emphatic about that. There's not been a mask mandate. I know you took a lot of criticism because of the Mount Rushmore event. Were there any breakouts after that?
No, actually, we're doing really good. We would start to see that a few days ago, and we continue to decline. I think what we did here in South Dakota is really remarkable because we gave people their freedom. We let the businesses stay open. We let people go to work. We told them to be smart. And we also asked them to be personally responsible, and we're seeing the benefits of that each and every day in South Dakota.
They got no mask mandates, and the people are still working. Since the spread of the virus, they haven't closed down, and this has been happening the whole time.
What you were doing was you were protecting the vulnerable, people, over 65, and anybody with a comorbid condition. But at the same time, there were spots in your state that were trouble. Some of the packing plants, meat packing plants were a problem, and so you addressed it that way. Rather than shut everything down, you were like a laser focusing on those.
We did. In fact, we, according to the national experts, did everything wrong. We did what the people on the ground saw. We aggressively addressed those situations and came out better for it. So I really think the people of South Dakota stepped up. They did the right thing, and they trusted me. I trusted them, and they made the right decision.
In addition to running the state of...
She did what? She listened to the people on the ground, those that were handling the cases. Not the people who were at the top, like Bill Gates, Anthony Fauci, the governors, and the others.
South Dakota, we've got some images of you over the weekend. You were at a professional bull riding event. It was the first major indoor sporting event with fans since March. How important was it to you that you would ride in bringing the flag?
Well, that was America. This was the first major sporting event indoors with spectators. They prayed before the event. They sang the national anthem. I was just proud to be there. This was a perfect example of what makes this country great. And these people are athletes. They wanted to do what they were good at. And it reminded all of us about how special this country is and how important our liberties are.
Yeah, indeed. And as we look at the COVID numbers, they are staggering. But if you had advice to other governors real quickly, what would you say?
Trust your people. Don't lay down mandates that are going to hinder the ability that they need to really get through this difficult time. Trust them, give them the facts, let them make decisions that are right for their families.
Indeed. All right. Governor, thank you very much for joining us today from South Dakota.
Thank you, Steve.
So they had a crowd of people in the stadium. So this is a real good lesson. Trust your people, not the so-called experts. And this is what good leaders do. So if everybody else had done the same thing, people would have still gotten sick, of course, but it wouldn't be so high as, because if they didn't shut down, everywhere else shut down, and the cases are worse there, and they didn't shut down in South Dakota, then this means that people could have been at work the whole time. People could have been at work everywhere else, and they would have had fewer cases, and people would have kept their jobs. And you just like what she said, allowing the people to make their own choices and to help protect themselves this is the best way that everybody else should have gone about it. I just kind of hope that everybody else follow this same example. Open back up the economy. Stop listening to these media putting you into fear, telling you to shut down everywhere. It doesn't make sense. So you got to see people who are doing things right and follow them because they have better results. Like the video and subscribe.